Welcome to Team 7's Flash Forward Case, the United Kingdom. The UK has a publicly funded healthcare system in which healthcare is provided by a single payer, the British government, and is funded by the taxpayer. This system of healthcare is called the Beveridge model, and under this design there are no medical bills, rather medical treatment is a public service. The health systems of Northern Ireland, Wales, and Scotland are all based on the English national health system, with some differences in structure and delivery of services. People are not required to buy insurance in the UK, which helps to keep premiums down for those who do choose to buy private insurance. Those who choose to buy private insurance do so to get faster access to treatment, a wider choice of specialists, a more comfortable care environment, and more convenient timing of treatment. NHS covers those who opt out of buying private medical insurance, or PMI, those who cannot afford healthcare, and those who private insurers decline to insure. Private insurers in the UK can opt out of covering people and sometimes do not cover pre-existing conditions or conditions resulting from lifestyle choices. General practitioners act as the first point of care and act as gatekeepers for secondary care. All eligible persons are required to have a designated GP who will provide essential medical services. All non-essential services will be provided on a fee-for-service basis. But what challenges does the UK health system face? In short, the UK shows growing strain from the increasing needs of its population and the ability of the system to keep up with that need. The national health system's budget has grown in the last 20 years, leading to health expenditures taking up an increasing portion of total public expenditure, currently 29.7%. In 2016, UK health expenditures totaled about $4,000 per person, accounting for 9.1% of its $2.6 trillion GDP. At the same time, the UK currently has 66 million people, and this is expected to grow to 71.4 million by 2030. While this increases the number of people paying taxes into the system, it is not enough to offset the increased expenditures of a larger population. To a large extent, this is because the growing population will be increasingly older. Technological advances in drugs and devices have made and will continue to make treatment more expensive on average for more people. In fact, 65-year-olds are 2.5 times more expensive to treat than 30-year-olds, and 85-year-olds are 5 times more expensive to treat. Today, 2/5 of the NHS budget is spent on people over the age of 65. This trend could worsen. By 2044, almost 25% of the UK population will be 65 or older. All this together has created health inflation, or healthcare costs outstripping general costs in the economy. This leads to a shortfall between revenue for healthcare, which is linked closely to the general economy, and health-related expenses, which are less closely linked. Delayed emergency response times, waiting times, fewer beds, and higher patient-to-doctor ratios are the result. The system is under strain. Unfortunately, the government's response has been inadequate. A growing tax base and recent decreases in defense spending have allowed the government to increase spending on health. But the rate of increase is slowing, and this will not change despite the Conservative Party's 5-year commitment to increase spending. Meanwhile, the government's messaging around the need for reorganization of the NHS and increasing local responsibility for health services have done little to advance healthcare in the country, or to soften the ground for either future reform or increased taxation. We recommend that the government mount a vigorous, multifaceted response to a challenge that will only grow. Our overarching recommendation is for the UK government to make the growth of its health budget keep up with the growth in health expenses. It should increase revenue by softening the terrain by rolling out public information campaigns on the benefits of a robust healthcare system targeted at taxpayers. It should promote immigration, as immigrants tend to be younger, healthier, and pay taxes. And it should be prepared for increased spending in the sector. The government should work with education stakeholders like universities to improve the pipeline that creates trained GPs, nurses, and specialists to staff a growing system in all locations. Above all, the UK government should keep the Beveridge model an elegant, cost-efficient system of care that has served citizens well for decades. Neither the political climate nor popular appetite suggests such a change is feasible or desirable. The system is not broken, but it is rusty. With a good dose of oil and sustained maintenance, all Britons should have a system of care they deserve. In short, keep what works, but don't forget to feed it. Thank you for your time.